This is the Albinos Island. Here in Tanzania, in East Africa, in the heart of the vast Lake Victoria, lies a rather unique island, Ukerewe Island. With 300,000 residents, it looks like any other Tanzanian island. Yet, over the years, it has become a refuge for a very specific population, people with albinism. This genetic condition causes a partial or total lack of melanin. This leads to very fair skin, depigmented hair, vision problems, and extreme sun sensitivity. And unfortunately, in Tanzania, the sun isn't the only danger for people with albinism. For decades, they have been victims of extremely violent superstitions. This community still believes in occult myths that associate albinos with ghosts, cursed beings, or immortals who are impervious to suffering. In this region, sorcerers even claim that certain parts of their bodies can bring wealth, luck, or power. Serious and persistent practices exist, especially in Tanzania, one of the countries with the highest albinism rates worldwide. About 1 in 1,400 births, compared to 1 in 20,000 in Europe or North America. At least 75 people with albinism were killed from 2000 to 2015, according to the UN. This figure is likely underestimated, according to local NGOs, which denounce the sordid trade in albinos. Some Tanzanian witch doctors are reportedly willing to spend $75,000 for a complete set of albino body parts. In this context, Tanzanian children with albinism have often been abandoned, while those who survived have been forced to live in hiding. Faced with this threat, many families sought a safer place, and gradually, some settled on the island of Ukerewe. As a result, today the island has even earned a reputation as a refuge for people with albinism. But why here? Well, quite simply because it is an island, isolated in the middle of the vast Lake Victoria and accessible only by ferry. This geographical isolation reduces crime as it's harder to commit a murder and escape. There's also a legend that says many albino babies were abandoned here, which is said to have given rise to the small community. In any case, today there are reportedly about 100 albinos living there safely. They are free to walk around and work just like any other Tanzanian on the island. Ukerewe is not only a refuge for people with albinism. They are integrated into the island's population, and in certain areas, such as the town of Nansio, this daily coexistence has helped normalize albinism and thus reduce the stigma associated with it. The presence of groups also helps a lot. NGOs such as Under the Same Sun and the Tanzania Albinism Society work to improve their living conditions. They distribute sunscreen, provide access to dermatological care, and raise awareness in schools. No murders of people with albinism have ever occurred on the island. Despite this, the risks have not completely disappeared. A few attacks have still occurred, and some graves of people with albinism have been illegally exhumed.